Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim was given the honour to participate in a special dialogue session with World Economic Forum founder Professor Klaus Schwab in Davos. Many pertinent points were made concerning tech, trade and geopolitics. To find out more, we hear from our lead editor in Switzerland, Najib Aroff.
Thank you, studio. In World Economic Forum, the 2025, right here in Davos, Switzerland, there's a lot of topics being discussed. One of it being about sustainability and artificial intelligence, and also geopolitical tension that happening in the Middle East and also elsewhere. But also, the geostrategic is being discussed right here in the World Economic Forum. And I want to focus on the session between Prime Minister and also Professor Klaus Schwab just now, where one of the questions were raised to Prime Minister Dr. Anwar Ibrahim on Malaysia's decision of joining BRICS. Now, this is very important and very interesting answer by Prime Minister, where he mentioned about why Malaysia joined BRICS as the partner country, where he mentioned about the Global South has to take a stand because the international financial infrastructure through IMF, for instance, is in dire needs of changing structural reform and everything else. And also, he mentioned about the United Nations also needs a reform, and at the same time he said that while we talk about democracy, but at the same time we also refuse to accept and acknowledge democratic principles and also democratic accountability. Let's listen to some of the snippets from the session.
With BRICS, yes, why not? I mean, the Global South have to take a stand because the international financial infrastructure through the IMF needs to reform. United Nations need to reform. We talk about democracy, but we refuse to accept democratic principles and democratic accountability. WTA need to make some adjustments. That's all they were asking for. We're not going to war. We still work under the present mechanisms. So that's why, to me, BRICS is important. At least there's a mechanism. We talk. Not a zero-sum game. Malaysia is a trading nation. We survive, we manage as a trading nation.
As we all know, the World Economic Forum is almost Eurocentric. Most of the topics being discussed here are based on this, what's happening in Euro and also in the US. But at the same time, questions about ASEAN and also China are one of the main questions being asked to, especially to the delegates from Southeast Asia and ASEAN. And of course, Prime Minister in that particular session will ask about ASEAN's stance when it comes to China during the current situation, where Prime Minister mentioned about how ASEAN would like to keep the principle of centrality, and at the same time, ASEAN also engaging strongly with the United States as a traditional partner and trade partner, and also at the same time China is an important neighbor and trade partner as well. Let's listen to what Prime Minister has to say about this.
The ASEAN has this principle of centrality. We engage strongly with the United States traditionally, and we will continue to do so. China is an important neighbor. We do not have problems. Of course, people highlight the issue of South China Sea, the border. But may I remind you that Malaysia is a maritime country. We have excellent relations with Singapore. We still have border issues with them. We have excellent relations. I treat the Thais as my family members, the leaders. But still we have some border issues with them. So is with Indonesia, with the Philippines. We don't go to war. We don't threaten. We don't have... We do discuss, we get a little angry, but we do focus on the economic fundamentals and move on. And why is it that we must then single out China as an issue? I mean, that's my only contention. Do I have an issue about it? Yes. But do I have a problem? No. Do we have any undesired tensions? No.
There's a very interesting session for this year because we bring the ASEAN narrative to the World Economic Forum, which we normally don't really see about ASEAN on the World Economic Forum, because what they see is the European Union normally. Do they understand about ASEAN and the narrative for ASEAN, and how do we collaborate and the stability that we have in ASEAN as our strength? And countries in ASEAN, the 10 member countries, and this is how they can emulate during the current situation with the geopolitical tension, also geostrategic that's happening around the world. That's all for now. All the reports you can watch and also read on astroone.com.